spirit to create those ICBM nuclear missiles. The scripture says that the Most High created the waster to destroy it. Okay, he created the smith, okay, that bloweth the coals, okay, and he bringeth forth the instrument of his work, all right, which is what? Which is those ICBM nuclear missiles to go about the way of destroying the world. To build up on that particular point, the scripture says that what? The mind of the king is within the Most High's hands. So he directs he's the top director that has it to where he says this is gonna pop off and that's not gonna pop off. And that's the Most High, okay? Fulfilling what he said here within the scriptures that what? That I will have compassion on whom I have compassion, okay? And so then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth the mercy, okay? 17th verse. It says, for the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, for this same purpose have I raised thee. So the Most High, the modern day Pharaoh is who? Is Esau. Okay? You got into them elite banking families are out there, okay, defining the entirety of the whole universe. Okay, not the whole universe. Someone's gonna snip that and make a video of it. Of the whole world. Okay, they're defining the whole world with their so-called nuclear waste. Okay, they got space trash out there within space. Okay, they got plastic out there, basically running rancid. Okay, on the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so you got into where these elite banking families, they're the ones that's in control of all of these things. But guess who put them into that position? The Most High put them into that position, and the Most High is the one that set it up to where their mind was hardened, man. Okay, just like how Pharaoh's mind was hardened. Because Moses said that what? The Most High said you're supposed to let these people go now. But he didn't want to do that. Okay? So guess what? The Most High, and the Most High had it to where what? The Lord put it within his spirit to harden his mind. So continuing it says, or even for this purpose, the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power. Because when you had it to where that what? When you had it to where that Moses, okay, led the people, the children of Israel through the Gulf of Suez, okay, and all of them Egyptians were killed, that raised the fame of the Most High to all-time high, man. Then people began to fear the God of Israel, and which is the same thing that's going to happen right now. You ask these people who the Most High, what the name of the Most High within the scriptures is, they ain't going to be able to tell you. But see, when this modern day Pharaoh is destroyed, whom the Most High raised up from the basis of men, you go to the book of Job, the 30th chapter, it says that what? Now I'm there a byword, okay, they were children of base men and so on and so forth. Okay, the Most High raised up this base man to be the new Pharaoh. Okay, when he is destroyed, you're going to know that it is the Most High that took him out of that position of power. You're going to realize that, wait, hold on a minute, there had to be an ultimate power, because these guys got weapons out there that could stop you from miles and miles and miles away, man. Okay, heat weapons, laser weapons, nuclear weapons, they perfected the instruments of death, and still you're going to have a power that's going to come within the earth and completely take that out. Okay, the Most High is going to send his son, okay, and the angels, okay, and give the power unto the children of Israel, okay, and, also, the Lord's going to be getting into work, but we know the scripture says that what? That Jacob was going to be made into a new threshing instrument, okay, having teeth, and we was going to be partaking in a destruction that's going to be played out here. We're going to be implementing that, okay? But going back onto the point I was making, then is the Most High going to be magnified. Right now, the name of the Lord ain't magnified. Okay, everybody here is talking about some Jesus, okay, or some Allah or something like that. But the name of the Most High, the God of the Bible, is not magnified. So this is why the Most High set it up to where Esau is as proud as he is right now. He's raised him up to be the worst ruler ever. Okay, and he gave him all of these inventions of ICBM nuclear missiles. Okay, the rail gun. They got the thing of the electromagnetic rail gun now. Okay. Right, and that's got projectiles that could go and tear a man up. Okay, but the Most High gave all of these things unto him so that he was going to be proud. So when he gets taken out, okay, everybody was going to be what? They was going to bewail, okay, at the smoke of her burning. This is also spoken about within the Revelations, the 18th chapter. Okay, so let me get that right quick. Revelations 18, and I'll go straight to the point. I'll go straight to the point. Revelations 18, okay, and 8. It says, therefore shall her plagues, okay, which when you go into the plagues, There's the precept within the book of Zechariah, the 14th chapter on the 12th verse. It says, "And this shall be the plague wherewith all the people that fought against Jerusalem, okay, well, basically when they was going to stand upon their feet, okay, their flesh was going to consume away, the eyes was going to consume away, okay, that was talking about the ICBM nuclear missiles. So this scripture says that what? Therefore shall her plagues, meaning death, famine, destruction, okay, coming onto America, which is what the scripture speaks about when it's talking about Babylon, okay, coming one day, and it's going to say it, death, mourning, famine, and she shall be utterly burnt, okay, with fire, for strong is the Lord that judgeth her, who is the Most High that judgeth her. And so when this destruction takes place upon America, which is what? Which is the place of Babylon, that's what we know as Babylon today. You go into the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, you find out that the king of Babylon, Esau, okay, is likened unto Lucifer, and he's going to have a great fall. Okay, so it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, okay, death, mourning, and famine, okay, and she shall utterly be burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord that judgeth her, okay, the Lord, the Most High, who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth have committed who have committed fornications and have deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her when they see the smoke of her burning, because the so-called revolution is going to be televised. Okay, you're gonna see it to where, you know, Iran, okay, has it pop off with Israel. You're gonna see that. And when that pops up, you're going to see the Russians getting involved in the United States getting involved. And you're going to see the clash between the US and the USSR. You're going to see that clash. Okay, you're going to see that the old tension that you have between the USSR and the United States, okay, popping off. And when it pops off, okay, it's going to pop off, man. Okay, when all of these things is gonna be seen, okay, it's gonna be televised and everybody gonna see, and it's gonna be the kings of the earth is gonna be well, okay, when they see the smoke of America burning, man. Okay, so continuing back within the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, it says, "For he saith, okay, to Moses, I'll have mercy upon whom I have mercy, okay, and I'll have compassion on whom I'll have compassion." So the Most High said up, he wasn't gonna have compassion upon Esau, okay. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth, okay, mercy. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, which is like I showed you, the modern day Pharaoh right now is Esau. The Most High has raised him up to be the most proudest individual that's ever existed. That's why you switch on the TV, you're watching some RT News, okay, all you can hear is, rather when you're watching some Fox News, okay, all you can hear about is the great might, the so-called great might of the American military strength. But see, the scripture says that what? The Most High was going to break the teeth of the young lions. Okay, the power structure, he was going to break the scepter of the ruler. Okay, he who smote the people with a continual stroke, he was going to be taken out of that position, man. His scepter was going to be broken in two, which is the advantage that he has over these other nations, okay, that he got about by way of the Federal Reserve note. Because when they put out that thing of the Federal Reserve note being the world reserve currency, man, they started winning. Okay, they built up their military to new heights, man. Okay, when you check out the different empires that you have back in the day, the one thing that they had to have down on lock was the navy. Now you go to where America's got one of the greatest navies that's ever been existed on the earth. They've got the massive advantage over these other nations. But guess what? The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has got he is the advantage. Okay, he is the strength. He is the one that created strength and put it within these different individuals to come up with these inventions, like the 10 aircraft carriers or 11 aircraft, whatever crazy number that they got in terms of aircraft carriers that America's got. So when the Most High comes with that power, well, guess what? He's going to take that modern day Pharaoh out of the position of power, okay, and he's going to put up what? He's going to set up a righteous rulership. Going back onto the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter on the 44th verse, in the days of these kings shall the Most High set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and it shall not be left to other people. Okay, so continuing here, it says, for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power, okay, in thee, okay, that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. And this is what's going to happen when America is destroyed. Because you had it to where the prophets of the Lord was out here telling you America is going to be burnt with nuclear fire. Okay, because this is the judgment that was going to come about on Edom. All right? You had it to where the prophets of the men of the Lord was coming out here telling you that. Because when you look into the prophecies, man, And you check out the judgment that was going to come upon Esau. Okay, the judgment that was going to come upon the future Babylon, prophetic Babylon, which is the kingdom of Esau or Edom. Okay, which is the so-called white man. Then you find out that it was going to be it was going to be fire out here, man. Okay. And in there being fire, the name of the Lord was going to be greatly magnified within the earth, okay, to the end that everybody was going to fear the name Yahweh, man, because he brought down these so-called great kingdom, which is Babylon, okay, and they've been unstoppable within the earth. If they want oil out there in Iraq, they're going to get opium out there in Iraq, with oil, whatever resources that they have out there, they're going to go in there. They was going to come with the boys, okay, and they was going to take what they want to take. This is why you go into the scripture within the book of Habakkuk, which I might get a little bit later on. You find out that they enlarge their desires as hell, man. Okay, and their eye is death and cannot be satisfied. Okay, and this was talking about Esau. Okay, okay, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. 18th verse says, therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will harden. So the Most High set it up to where what Esau's proud as hell. Okay, so that when he's brought down to the ground, okay, he's gonna be there's gonna be a great destruction that was gonna take place, and we can see all these different ideas, okay, play out within the scriptures. It should be all right, to be fair. Okay, so continuing here now, bear with me. Okay, so back within the book of, I believe it was in the book of Genesis now, the 25th chapter. Okay, back within the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, and the 24th verse. Let's go to the 23rd verse, okay, to build upon that context. So Genesis 25 and 23 says, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Okay, we spoke about that already. All right, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. Okay, and the one people that was going to be stronger than the other, okay, that is stronger than the other is Jacob. Okay, the Israelites. That's why you check out Jacob. Okay, the strength that Jacob's got. Okay, it's on another level. Okay, you check out the different athletes that you got out there. Okay, the top athletes, it's Israelites, man. Okay, you had it to where you had the so-called NBA or rather more the basketball, the ABA, the American Basketball Association, that was dead as all hell up until they emerged with the so-called flamboyant style of the NBA was the one that had all manner of Edomites up in there. Okay, white boys, so you can understand. Okay, with their short shorts. Okay, and the game was whack as all hell. When they merged with Dr. J and the ABA. Okay, where you had the flamboyant style that Jake was coming up with, okay, that's when that rose to popularity. Matter of fact, when you check out the landscape of any major sports industry right now, okay, it's dominated by the Israelites. This goes back onto the scriptures within the book of Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter and the 6th verse, where it talks about how the Most High has made the Israelites a special people unto himself. Okay, he set it up to where they was going to be above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. It ain't just a thing of sports. Okay, you look at the culinary industry, the food industry. Okay, who's really dominating the food industry? Okay, you might call it French food or Italian food, but the people that create those different dishes were Israelites, man. Because going back onto the history, you find out that within Europe, okay, yes, within Europe, you had it to where you had dark-skinned people under the name of the Moors, okay, different other names, okay, Morenos, okay, ruling within Europe, man. Okay, even out here within England, you had it to where Jake was ruling, was in rulership. Okay, but now you got it to where what? The Most High took that spirit off of us because we didn't follow His laws, statutes, commandments. But going back onto the point I've made, not just a thing of food and music and entertainment, all the different inventions that you have out there that is accredited to Esau. Okay, one way or another, if not entirely, it all came off of Jake, man. That's why the scripture says that what? The Israel is the former of all things. Okay? The cars, the radiator, all of these things, this is the mind child, so to speak, of the Israelites that you had out there. Now you had it to it contractually, okay? When you had slaves and all of that, if the slave create a particular invention, guess what? It belongs unto the master. You have the same thing happening now within the industry, man. Okay, you might be working for Mercedes out there. You come, Israelite will come up with an idea, but guess what? That belongs unto Mr. Mercedes. Now it's going back onto, they did the same thing during the times of slavery. Okay, when you had it to where the times of slavery, you had certain so-called masters of the houses, and when you had them black slaves that they had, when they came out with certain inventions, that was accredited unto the master, man. Okay, but the point of the matter is that what? That Jacob was the stronger one than Esau, both physically, mentally, and most importantly, spiritually. That's why you had it to where Esau, what? He gave away his birthright for one morsel of meat, and he's going to speak about it. Okay, so continuing within the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, it says 24, it says, and when her days were to be fulfilled, okay, behold, they were twins within her womb, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. Because you check out Esau, basically he didn't have that pigment, man. Okay, he was the first one. He came out worse. He came out, his skin tone was wasted away, basically. He didn't have no pigment. Okay, so the blood within, you show through his skin, he was red, man. And you check out these Edomites, when they get smacked upside the head, or when they get pissed off, okay, they look like a pig in heat, man. Okay, they be red as all hell. Because why? Because they got that lack of pigment. Okay, so continuing, it says when the first one came out all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name wasted away is he, or Esau. Okay, which is the elite banking families on down to the average day Edomite that you got walking around here. All right, and it says, and after that came his brother out, and let me read that again. It's after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. Okay, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him. So he was 60 years old and he was tapping that ass, man. Okay, he was waxing that ass. Okay, and then you had the children born, and when they was born, that omen that you read about, what we read about within the book of 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, that played out. And that was gonna be playing out within this world that we're living in right now. And this is what we're gonna see within the different scriptures today. Okay, how that Esau can't be done away with, because there's prophecies that haven't been fulfilled. Okay, that's gonna be fulfilled. Okay, so now let's go into the next segment. Okay, or the next part of the story. Okay, which is the blessing. Okay, that our forefather Isaac gave unto Jacob and Esau, which is important, because pretty much when you check out what was given unto Abraham, Abraham's legacy was that that through his line, okay, through his lineage, you was gonna have it where the world was gonna be ruled. Okay, just do a quick wipe down. It's not too bad, to be fair. Okay, so the legacy that was gonna come, that came through Abraham, was that the world was gonna be ruled by his children, man. Okay, his children was gonna be multiplied within the earth. All right. So when he was given a blessing unto who? Unto Jacob and Esau. Okay, this was basically what he was giving away. He was giving them the ruling seat, so to speak. Okay. So Genesis 27 and Genesis 27, and this is okay. Okay, so I want to be starting maybe the 28th chapter, the 28th verse. Okay, oh no, not the 28th verse. Round about the 19th verse, really. Okay. All right. So when you read the context of this, you find out that basically Isaac was about to give up the ghost. Okay, and then in fact, I won't read it. I'll go straight to the point. Okay, no. I'll read it. We got the time. I'll read it. Okay. So Genesis 27:1, it says, and it came to pass, okay, when Isaac was old, okay, his eyes began to dim, okay, so he could not see, and he called Esau his eldest son, okay, and he said, my son, behold, I am here, okay. So continuing, he said, behold, now I am old, and not the and I know not the day of my death. So basically, what he was doing. What he was saying there, okay, because he perceived, the man Isaac perceived that he was about to give up the ghost. He was basically getting his house in order. Okay, the second verse says, and he said, behold, I am old, and I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons and thy quiver and thy bow, and go out to the field and take some venison. Make me savory meat. Okay, I love such as I love. Okay, and it continues. All right, and it said, 6th verse. It says, Rebekah spoke unto Jacob, her son, saying, behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother. Okay, bring me venison, and I'll make savory meat that I may eat and bless thee. Okay, before my death. It says, now therefore, my son, obey my voice according that I have commanded. Because when you check out what was happening, remember, Rebecca basically knew about how the Most High set it up, because she had inquired of the Lord, going back onto the times when the children were not born yet. Okay, so continuing, it says here, I continue here. It says, okay, so 15th verse, so it says, Rebekah took the goodly raiment, okay, of her eldest son Esau, which were in her house, and put them upon Jacob,